This is the life Josh Standish wants to have, and the life he ought to have. Out in the park, cycling alongside his dad. But Josh is only allowed this life for 1 hour a day.
Just to be out in the community around other people and enjoying his life. He's had nearly 4 years being locked away. He lives for this hour on the park, riding his bike. It gives him his lease of life back. But then obviously he goes back into a hospital.
Josh is 21. He has now spent his entire adult life behind a locked door in hospital. There is no date for his release because he isn't serving a sentence. He hasn't committed any crimes. Josh is locked away because he was born with a learning disability and he is autistic.
This is your pride and joy, your bike. Can you tell me about your bike?
Nice bike, isn't it?
It's a lovely bike.
Yeah.
What else do you like doing, Josh?
Riding every day. And I just relax.
Just like riding every day?
Need them.
You got a bit of freedom?
Yeah.
That's important, Josh,
Yeah.
to have that freedom.
But that freedom for Josh is fleeting. His hour passes quickly, then he's taken away again, back to the locked unit.
Thank you.
Josh was raised at home with his loving family, going to school and the local clubs. When he was about to turn 18, his parents asked if they could have extra help with his care. Their son was taken into hospital to be assessed. He never came home.
He does ask the question, why is it happening to me, doesn't he? Trying to give him a reason, it's hard because he hasn't done anything.
Can't give an answer because we don't know why ourselves. Why did they restrain you?
We've been following Josh's story for the last 2 years, after his parents told us he was suffering abuse in a previous hospital.
Got red marks, yeah, I can see them.
After this, Josh was moved and doctors clinically cleared him to live freely in the community again with supported accommodation and care. But 2 years on, that care hasn't come. Josh has become trapped in a system that is causing him harm.
Speak to Rosemary.
Losing hope, Josh's health started to suffer. Staff began injecting him with tranquilizers.
No, you want to get a permit? Yeah. So this is a recording that we did of Josh when we went up to visit him and saw how sedated he actually was.
Josh's parents were so shocked by the contrast in the son they knew that they filmed this footage to show us.
You can see the difference, visibly.
It's like a different person, completely.
Sometimes I'd go in and it was laid in his own urine because he just couldn't be bothered to get up. I've had to change his sheets for him. I've had to hold him while changing his sheets because he couldn't stand up. He was slurring his words. It was absolutely heartbreaking, and no mother wants to walk out leaving her child like that, but you have no choice.
Did you feel that you were losing Josh at that point?
Definitely. I did. I was so scared that because of all the drugs he was on, in the end he would just die.
Yeah, he was definitely over-medicated, and when he came to the place where he's at now, we was told that he was well over the limits, of roughly around 80% over-drugged, over-medicated.
80% overly medicated?
Overly medicated, yeah. More than he should have been having on a daily basis.
This case is not an anomaly. In a series of ITV News investigations, we've found thousands of disabled and autistic people like Josh are kept locked up because nowhere else has been provided for them to go. Now data analysed by MenCap for ITV News shows this vulnerable group is disproportionately sedated and isolated compared with other patients on mental health units. Josh spent his 21st birthday alone in a locked room like this. His parents had to pass his presents through a hatch in a locked door.
What would you say to the Health Secretary if you could bring him here to see your son locked up in hospital?
I would ask him why they're locking away people who have got learning disabilities, and would they lock a 5-year-old child away, because that's what Josh is mentally, and if it was his family, if it was their child, would they be happy with him being locked away?
We put that question to the Health Secretary.
You look at these cases and you think this is not only unwarranted, it's cruel. So I take the challenge put to me by the parents on the chin. I think that is exactly the right question, because it's the question I ask myself often. Actually, it's the friends and family test I apply to so many of my own decisions every single day in my job. And when parents put challenges like that to me in cases like this, it is galvanising, and I will take that challenge up.
Josh has been moved again to the hospital where he's been allowed his own bike and an hour with his family. A new occupational therapist, Melissa, has transformed his life,
You going again, Josh?
helping him off the medication and slowly rebuilding his independence.
If you think about where we started, sat on that seclusion room floor, talking to you saying we're going to get your life back on track.
Yeah, I know.
And here we are.
Yeah.
You've done it, haven't you? Yeah. You've absolutely smashed it, Josh. I'm so proud of you.
But just after filming, the funding for Melissa's support came to an end, with no replacement. Josh's family are now terrified their son will regress again.
Sometimes it feels like the government wants them to fail so that they can be locked away for longer, because why would you cut something that's helping people? It just don't make sense.
Do you think that enough people will actually understand that in the UK we are still locking people up fundamentally because they have a disability rather than providing them with places to live?
I don't think people would believe it if they saw it.
We can see it right now with your son
Yeah.
and thousands of others in his situation.
Yeah. I think unless you're actually living it and seeing, and Josh didn't ask to be born with a disability.
The government says its reforms to the Mental Health Act will stop these inappropriate detentions of disabled and autistic people. But not yet. And so thousands, like Josh, remain locked away from society, stuck in this cruel cycle of despair. Peter Smith, ITV News, Hull.